Hi everyone, bonjour tout le monde. J'espère que vous allez bien. J'espère que vous êtes à la maison. J'espère que vous êtes en bonne santé. I just wanted to give you an update on some of the changes that you're going to see around Westmount over the coming days, and a little bit of an update about how citizens can participate in our city council meeting, which will be held on Monday night by teleconference. So I hope that you all continue to listen to the public health authorities and that you stay home. When you do go out, that you give 2 meter distance between you and any other person on the street that you come across, and that you continue to wash your hands and use best practices. And if you have come back from somewhere, if you have traveled, you absolutely must quarantine for 14 days. So on Monday night, we will have our council meeting, comme d'habitude, le premier lundi du mois, and that will be by teleconference. And so if you have a question, you may submit your question to this. It will go via the city clerk's office, but it will be an online form on westmount.org that you will find easily on Monday morning between 8 and 4 p.m. And those questions will be given to myself and the rest of council on at the first question period, as is normally done. We will have a video or a voice recording of it, and we will try and get back to you in written forms. So there will be un formulaire en ligne sur le site westmount.org, et ça va être là toute la journée lundi. So another issue that we want to address, which you may see around, you may have already seen the signs, is that we are trying to give more space to pedestrians across the city on the street, so that if there are several walkers on the street or several pedestrians on the street, that we give them a little bit more space to move around. And so you will see local circulation signs on de Maisonneuve. So we ask you not to take de Maisonneuve unless you live there and you need to get into that street. But otherwise, we're really kind of trying to reserve that space for walkers. So you will see that all the way across de Maisonneuve, les signes qui disent circulation locale seulement. So we think that's an important first step in giving more space. You'll also see that on Green Avenue from Sherbrooke Street to de Maisonneuve, half the street is being given over to pedestrians, and as well on the north side of Côte Saint-Antoine. So this is a test. You'll see bollards all over the place. You'll see signs all over the place. And we really just urge you, please, please, please respect the physical distancing that we know will help us flatten this curve. So that is a very important measure that has been rolled out today. You will also see around Summit Woods that there are signs there as well for local circulation. There is too much crowding going on at Summit Woods. And we have heard from Valerie Plante, we have heard from the Premier that if we cannot ensure physical distancing in our parks, that we will have to close our parks. And that is not something that we want to do. So if you want to go to Summit Woods, by all means, keep your distance, but you're going to have to park a little bit further out for the safety of all residents. So those are two major initiatives that that you will see across the city this week. And then a couple other things. I just want to also, our community gardens, les jardins communautaires sont fermés. Ils vont être fermés pour quelques mois, on ne sait pas la date exacte, mais ils vont être fermés pour quelques mois. So I know that community gardens are incredibly important to citizens, but it's important that we do this to avoid any possibility of groups gathering, and as well as our dog runs have also been closed. And if you are walking a dog at Summit Woods, your dog absolutely needs to be on leash. This weekend, you will see much greater presence of public security and the SPVM in all of our parks to ensure that this social distancing is happening in our parks. And then the other issue that I'd like to bring up is just, I want to say thank you to the employees of Westmount who are working so hard to continue to serve residents, they are an essential, many of them are an essential service. Our team at Public Works that is working incredibly hard to clean our streets, to make sure that they are safe for pedestrians to walk. And as well, the team at Public Security, who many of you have heard from this week. Many seniors heard from them this week, almost 600 of you. The calls were put out from the library and from public security. And I am so grateful for the extra effort they are doing to take care of seniors and vulnerable residents who need some extra help. Donc, un gros merci à toute notre équipe qui travaille tellement fort pour les citoyens de Westmount. On est fiers de vous. Puis on vous dit merci. So those are some of the issues that we have been addressing this week. I know it's this, as we go into week 4 of this, it is incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult with those who are isolated and not to be able to be with family. I know that we have Easter coming up. We have Passover coming up. For the first time in my life, I won't celebrate Easter with my parents, but it's incredibly important that we continue the social isolation, that we stay at home just with our families. And together, we will get through this. But we're all in this together. And we have to stay strong to make sure that we continue to make every effort to flatten the curve. Donc, je vous dis merci. J'espère que vous êtes en bonne santé. And I want to say, especially for those who are living in Westmount who have been diagnosed with COVID-19, you are in our thoughts. We hope for a speedy recovery. And if you do need anything from the city, for any citizen, if they do need anything, they can always call us through public security at 514-989-5222. Donc, le numéro de sécurité publique, c'est 514-989-5222. Donc, je vous souhaite un bon fin de semaine. Happy weekend, everybody. Even though every day seems like it's hard to tell what day of the week it is. But I wish you much good health. And I just reiterate that the social distancing has to take place. And if not, we are going to have to take even more drastic measures. And we know that that is already an incredibly difficult situation. So thank you. Be well, be safe, stay home.